Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. We relationship prophets. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest.
Hey, this is Jim with Brunch with the Boys, and I have the boys with me, so...
We here.
Easy.
It's King Des. It's King Des.
Okay. King Des sounds like he has a pocket protector right now.
Ew.
Either way, I want to come to you guys as we're going to do this more often. We get a number of letters in our inbox or in our social medias in regards to the relationship interactions, and we want to be able to take some time out and bring those letters to the table and, you know, really speak on it, because these people want to get our perspective and our listeners want to get our perspectives in regards to some of the concerns that they have going on in their life, or share some of the stories they have.
Word.
It's therapeutic for them as well, right? So
let's do it.
I'm sending him 4-page letters.
Des, you want to kick us off?
For sure. So we got a letter from a listener, and here goes, folks. So you're hearing it for the first time like we are.
Good.
So personally, I'm in a situation where my wife cheated.
That whole ain't shit.
And when I say cheated, I don't mean a one-night stand. I mean an affair. Sleeping with him multiple times, bringing clothes and toiletries to his house to make things easier for when she was over there. Getting all done up to go out with him, telling me she was staying late for work or school. I asked her details about the situation after I found out. What she told me was what I found out was different. I got text messages from the dude's ex, and it was way worse than I imagined. Now myself and her were both in an unhappy spot. For lack of trying on both ends, that being said, she's the one that cheated. And to top it off, a month and change ago into therapy, I found sexting to another guy at her job. I always told myself if she ever cheated, I'd be gone. But I'm not. I changed, showed her more affection, and tried to improve our situation. But the sexting after a month and a half into therapy felt like a real slap in the face.
It was. More like a spit.
We are still together now, but of course, I'm all fucked up in the head. Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts? Would you stay together and keep trying? I personally can't get revenge out of my head and also feel like our relationship is on borrowed time, if that makes sense. I mean, we have 3 kids, which of course makes me think twice about leaving. I'm not trying to take an easy way out, but at the same time, I hate feeling the way I do. Time heals all, they say, and eventually I'd get over it, but not sure I should be doing that for my own mental state. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Time does not heal all, nigga. Time does not heal all. I think time heals all from the perspective where you're going to be okay no matter what, but that doesn't mean you're ever going to be okay with how this happened.
Right.
And people say forgive, don't forget. You forgive so you can have your sanity, but you're not supposed to forget, so you make sure you don't repeat that. So I wrote down a couple things, really, because, goddamn, the first thing that stood out to me was the whole left toiletries at the nigga house. Goddamn, ho.
Yeah. That's her nigga. That's her nigga.
That's your nigga. Like, you are fucking him. That's not a nigga you fucked. You're
Right.
fucking with him.
You have a relationship.
Yeah. You have a low-key relationship. Because toiletries.
Yeah.
The nigga said multiple men. Man.
Yeah, there were. There was another guy. She was like, there were 2 guys involved.
And the fact that he said it happened while they were going through therapy. So she basically is playing him for a fool in that she's placating him. Hey, let's go to therapy and let's work on it. All while I'm texting that nigga, yeah, therapy was shitty today, man. But, you know, I'll be over there by 8.
God damn, bud.
I got a question, though. Listen, her approach to whatever she's feeling inside that's causing her to do this, to remain in this relationship with a man that she has 3 children with, but also kind of step out, whatever she's dealing with, I wonder if they've had a real conversation about that, because is this somebody who is not being fulfilled sexually, right? And so they're seeking that from other places, because I think a lot of times it's a lot of motherfuckers out here, men and women, say, I don't do that. I'm not doing that. Shit, I don't do that. I don't do that. You don't do that? You for real? No? You don't do that? Okay.
Well, we'd have to really gain that from him. That is a good perspective. Mm-hmm. But then I'd say, her sleeping with multiple men says to me it's not just that. Because why start fucking the next nigga and leave a toothbrush at his house if he wasn't fucking you right? You get what I mean? You'd fuck him, you'd move on. Oh, this isn't what I want. It's not what I'm looking for. And you would never settle into toiletry stage.
But I think what Des is saying is it could be a number of things. It may not just be sex. It may be a particular thing. Maybe this dude don't have a job and she's holding down the fort and she's paying for everything and he eating cereal and playing video
She feel
games.
like a boss bitch and she want to be bossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound like that's this nigga situation.
We don't know. So
yeah, we got to read between the lines because a nigga getting taken care of wouldn't dare write that fucking letter. He'd get cheated on and he'd take it on the face. He'd take it on the face. He wouldn't feel so hurt. I felt that nigga pain. And
I felt it too.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's the funny
thing
thing
is? That's not a nigga
is
who's fucking up.
when he was kind of talking about, getting all done up, when she's going to work and school and staying all late. Listen, man, you got to keep your girls online, dog, with all that, man. My girl would probably still get dressed up and look amazing to go to work and school, but I'm checking that ass anyway. So what you getting all dressed up for? Why you putting on the lashes today? You don't usually put on that. I need to let her know that she need to stay on her motherfucking toes because I know what she don't think I know. And maybe I don't know what it really is.
I don't know
what
the fuck you said.
All I'm saying is I need to keep this bitch on her toes. She's gonna think that I know.
Jesus Christ, man!
I think
that's a heavy burden.
We don't know what his shape is,
yeah.
So we can't speak to any of that because if he's slacking and she's getting dressed up and dolled up that make me insecure. That could be his insecurity and not necessarily something that she's doing. You know what I mean? But if that nigga's on point and looking good, then damn, fuck her and bust inside of her. Cause I want to see a nigga eat that come out like I do. I'm on some other shit. Like to me, insert your dominance. He said something in the letter about him making a greater effort after she cheated and not pulling away, but instead digging in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, if you digging in, nigga, are you digging in the pussy? Cause that's one and the same. And, you know what I mean? And
or it could be the only thing that he is good for is fucking. And he doesn't give her the other things that she feels like she has. So we just don't know. You know.
So one part that I really kind of caught on is he got text messages from the dude's ex. So that means that his girl reached out to him and say, "Listen, your girl is fucking my dude, and here let me give you some insight."
They work together.
So that's some deep shit.
I'm sure they do.
That's some real deep shit, and that shit happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Complicated way.
Oh, yeah. I was in a situation where I cheated, and, I talk about it in regards to why I did it and how cowardly it was, right?
Yeah.
However, the reality was the person that I cheated with, her dude, called my.
Oh, yeah.
And at that time was filling her in with everything that was going on.
He has all the motivation.
Yeah, but as a man, I don't think I would do that.
That's a violation.
Niggas get bitch on that bitch ass shit too.
No, you're right,
when
though.
it come to pussy,
You both right.
biggest
It's a man code violation, but plenty of niggas do it.
But in the same breath, I understand it's an emotional. He's in an emotional place.
I'm just leaving the bitch. I'm not even calling nobody.
Dog, I would never call a nigga and say, "Dog, man, I heard you was fucking my wife,"
and sending screenshots, text messages.
Well, what you was doing? No,
emails.
The moment I know that,
right.
Thank you, nigga. I might call that nigga and be like, "Man, I appreciate you, nigga," because now I know the truth. Like, so
because if it wasn't him, it'd be somebody else, fellas.
Indeed.
So,
what stuck out to me was how he seemed to be afraid of failure, that he was sticking in the relationship because he didn't want to fail at it and not necessarily because he really wants it. Because this nigga needs to look deep. He sounds like a nigga that knows that hoe ain't shit and he ain't the one for her anyway. She's not the one for him anyway. You know what I mean?
Is that unusual for somebody in the marriage? I think most people in marriage, they want to make it work, right? They don't want their marriage to fail, right? For a number of reasons, right? In this particular situation, they have 3 kids, right? Yeah. And anybody with kids knows, that shit complicates the situation, right? You love your kids, but it complicates the situation. Exactly right. So he could just be like, look, there's still some love there, and as much as I can't get the shit out of my head for the sake of my life and for everything that we have and for the kids, I want to try my best to make this work. But every time he look at her, he pictures her getting piped down by this other nigga. And that's tough.
And she had screenshot. He could have saw all kind of shit about you. Man, you sucked me off so great last night. Your mouth was so sloppy. If I read that personally, I got to
What
murder
happened if
a
he
bitch.
got a dick pic and the dick pic was like
bigger
a
than his.
9-inch and he over here fucking
It
with
could
a
have
5?
been. It could have been a centimeter bigger than his, and it would have hurt him.
Yeah,
It could have been a centimeter bigger than his.
it's probably black too. So that made him mad.
And just kind of going back to what that's fucked up. And going back to what Des said in regards to just the failure aspect, the problem is sometimes people don't understand where when you have kids involved, it's not just a failure of the relationship and how you failed that woman or that woman failed you. Dog, it's almost like you're failing your children because you're not providing them the stability that you believe that they deserve and they need, and that there's a potential of breaking up this home, which, to be honest with you, we all know that kids that get divorced and deal with separation and deal with other little, what is constituted as childhood traumas, has some type of ripple effect impact later on in life, man. So there's a piece of it where you don't want to fail everybody.
But you know what
hard.
what I've realized through reading and experience, that those kids only have those issues because the parents didn't handle shit the way they should have. And it only takes one parent not to be cooperative. So I'm not even blaming one person, because if I do right and you do wrong, guess what? We're still
doing wrong.
So
and I think
it
this
needs
shit,
both parents.
This chick gonna do wrong.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe not, because the way she's so detached, the way she moving, she might,
She ain't got no investment
she
anyway.
might be cool and not, be really chill. But
You can keep the kids too, nigga.
I think at the end of the day, if
Goddamn. That's hard. That's
what
hard
that
to
bitch gonna
swallow
do.
right now.
no,
That's
there
hard
are
to
women
swallow.
that do that.
Oh, I know
so,
there are. I know some.
at the end of the day, I think as long as you keep it real, you'll be straight there.
For sure.
What I want to say is too, he's wondering what he should do. I don't think he has to do anything that isn't already being done. They're breaking up slowly, and it just hasn't happened yet, but it's happening as we speak. So your shit is probably not going to last. Start getting there, mentally and preparing for that. But nigga, you will miss the slow breakup.
Do you feel like he should get some credit, fellas, for the fact that there's a number of things he could have done, right? He's basically saying, I could take my revenge and I can go out and do all of that and I could be this, that, and the other, but he's attempting to take a high road before he's sitting here making a really life impacting decision. Do you give him credit for not really like going ham on this situation?
No, I'll give him no credit. I think he's simply doing what he's supposed to do, and she's not.
I agree.
That's the only thing. Like, so it's like another motherfucker's doing bad, and you doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You don't get credit for that.
you
They should
don't
be shamed
deserve
for doing the
credit.
bad thing,
Indeed.
right?
Yeah.
So that's all. I think when you're in a marriage like that, you do try, right? But I think there's a point, and everybody has that point for them where the effort has been there. If it's not being reciprocated, you gotta make a decision, right, from the efficiency standpoint. So,
and you know what I want to say, man? Fuck, man.
You want to say fuck?
You
man?
need to realize. Well, hey, listen. You need to realize when shit gets bad in a relationship, sometimes there's no coming back. A lot of people think, yeah, it gets really, really bad, and I apologized, and this now, and I tell you that. You think you can come back down the road and fix things. And a lot of times there's no road back. You know what I mean? And it was a one-way road, and you let that shit run out so long to where, yeah, they can forgive you and be cool, and they can be your friend, but they're not going to want to be with you because they can no longer see how being with you is anything good.
Can't see that road no more.
Yeah, it's just not clear. So be careful with how you treat people, because I think Fab said in a song, everybody's not going to wait. You know what I mean? So when you get to the point and now you see your way, and maybe you legitimately were lost. Right, you know what I mean? Right. But that's not something that person needs to pay for. So now you found it. To them, it's too late. You got to respect that shit. Mm-hmm. And help
don't wild out either.
Don't even prolong it. Don't try to hinder or hold them back. Mm-hmm. Let them be, because the fact of the matter is, you're the reason it got to that point. So respect their time the same way they had to respect yours. You know what I mean? It's a process, but it's fucked up. You know what I mean?
Let me ask another question, fellas. D, if you want to take this first. Like, I know in previous podcasts, we specifically talked about the fact that
titties. Oh, that
well,
wasn't an answer.
you
I'm
know,
sorry.
I constantly can go to
Go
titties.
ahead.
That's my go-to. But we talked about the fact that
assholes, but yeah.
and
Yeah,
assholes.
more than titties.
Well,
And peeing on bitches, but go ahead.
maybe on the same
And
level,
doo-doo
but
shit too.
I think we're getting off.
Okay, go ahead, nigga. You got to push through.
I'm trying to push through. Which way? Push through. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
nigga, don't do that. Though.
So
we did it for you. Don't do it.
I think the question that I have is, we talked about in a podcast that women can more easily forgive a man for cheating, right? Than a man would. Most men would view the cheating as something that they could indefinitely not come back from. This individual is just like, I know she cheated and I should be gone, but I can't. I'm not. This is a different type of man? Is he evolved?
No, he's not
he evolved,
evolved.
or is he
He's
just
not
pussy
evolved.
whooped, or is, what do you think?
He's just in love. I was cheated on by a woman, and I had no intention to leave. In fact, after it happened, I remember confronting her, and the first thing that came to my mind was, I wonder if it's too soon to fuck. Like, for real. Like, I was in love with her, and I was so blinded by what I wanted from her that it didn't really matter to me. So I think a man can, and that shit ain't nothing new. Niggas been getting cheated on, and niggas still staying with the hoe. So it depends on the situation entirely, and that vibe that you two had. So.
What do you feel?
Yeah, that's weird to me. I mean, I just couldn't stay with nobody that cheated on me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a perspective on niggas that do that. I guess maybe that's somebody they really love, and so they're willing to do that for. Maybe I just never met nobody like that before. So
You met me, and I did it once. Every other time, a hoe could breathe on a nigga, and she was done. So it's amazing how it worked. And I was young as shit too, to be fair. So when you that young, you definitely in the pussy.
Mistakes.
And the fact that I was thinking about fucking right after was strange.
The other nigga's semen still had residence in it. His lease wasn't up.
He had hit it like a month or so before, but
So you say, nigga.
no. So she said.
That ain't worth shit, dog. Your word would have been better.
No, nigga, exactly, nigga. That's why I was totally agreeing with you. O's ain't shit. Oh man,
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one, man. And I guess the last question I have is, hey, they both were in an unhappy spot, and he admits to the fact that it was due to both of them in a place of lacking and trying to make the relationship better. So when you're in that situation where both people are refusing to try, and you should just almost expect some of this, don't you agree? I mean, you're in a situation where you both know that you're not giving your all, and you have zero desire to, and you're unhappy.
So what y'all doing?
so
just
y'all
leave.
shouldn't be together then.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You
Should
know,
you be
oftentimes I
surprised?
think you find that it's one person not trying, but when you find it's both, it's definitely over. And even one person trying for too long is going to lead to it being over. But yeah, if you're both aware and you're not trying, then you're wasting each other's time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So
Well, buddy, I think you got all
leave,
the
nigga.
feedback.
Leave, nigga.
And that is just
Make a
keep
plan.
it
You know what I'm
moving.
saying?
Make a plan. I
Make
like
a
that
plan.
better.
Like I
Don't
don't
just leave,
Yeah,
nigga.
don't just leave and
fuck your
crazy.
life up.
Yeah, make a plan. It may take you 6 months. It may take you a year.
There you go.
To deal with her dumb shit.
Yeah.
But play cool. You know who she is now. So
already
now
know.
it can't fuck with you. It
There
can't
you go.
bother you.
Yeah.
You can approach it from a more logical standpoint.
Don't
and
kiss
less
on the mouth,
emotional.
though. Don't kiss on
Never
the mouth.
kiss her on the mouth. In fact, realistically,
You can't do that.
I'm not sure she even
that
wants
might-
to. If she wants to do that, if you want to hit it, honestly, if I was you, nigga, I'd be strapping up to hit her. If she moving
Yeah.
like that, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I would
But would
trust
you?
that
But
raw
would you
pussy.
still hit it though?
For selfish reasons.
Yeah,
perhaps.
because if I'm not fucking off and I'm trying to do right, I'm gonna fuck the person that's in front of me. You know what I mean? And that much less my wife. So I would strap up. Undoubtedly, you get caught cheating 3 times.
you don't even
she
want to get that
can't-
bitch pregnant no more.
Yeah, you definitely don't. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
he said
you gotta
3
be
kids.
careful.
Anyway, nigga, you need to chill. These motherfuckers ain't cheap, especially if you leaving. But if a woman is caught cheating 3 times, I wouldn't trust the pussy raw. You know what I mean? Especially if she had toiletries at that first nigga house. I can't
she's
get past that.
Yeah, he's nothing in the pussy.
She's
Long
nothing in the
time, long
pussy.
time,
She's swallowing
long
his
time.
cum. I mean, if I can leave a toothbrush there, you know what I mean? That's really big.
It's
for
not
me.
a whole lot.
Hashtag
of
test the
toiletries, though.
toothbrush.
One
Test the toothbrush.
yeah.
Hashtag test the toothbrush.
I'm telling you, the nigga said toiletry bag. You know what I'm saying?
A whole bag is they trying to.
Think
be
he had
together.
clothes. I think she said clothes.
Yeah, they trying to
If
be
that
together.
bitch had a drawer,
Baby shampoo in there.
they was doing all
Baby
kind of
powder,
shit.
that
You know what I'm
towel.
saying? So, yeah, I would strap up when you hit her and do the right thing. Yo, it's one thing to have and keep your integrity when when you're being done wrong. So I say play it right.
Take the high road with the kids too.
Definitely.
Don't muddy your name up. Just
don't muddy her name up at all. Big her up to the kids.
Yeah.
And then when you slide out, you're always going to be in the right. The kids may not even see it now. Down the road, once they get older and they understand it all.
If she don't change.
Yeah, and even if she doesn't,
you want them to
it'll
have a good
still
relationship
add
with their
up.
mom, though,
Yeah,
man.
you definitely want that.
Yeah, that's best for your
it'll
kids.
still add up anyways for them as far as why it didn't work, and you'll never have to justify that part. So you'll be good, man. But yeah, get out of there.
Yeah, man.
Would you take the head before we go?
Yeah,
I take the head too.
I take a hand job. I mean, yeah. Like I can compartmentalize.
You wouldn't
that.
fuck it. Would you fuck it raw though?
No, I definitely wouldn't. But I could say like, yo, this will never be what it was, and I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah.
But that don't mean you fucking making me bust don't feel good.
But you always make this whole, expression that men, it's mental for us. We got a pole and not a hole. So if that's the case, man, you got all this shit floating around in the backdrop. You saying that you guys are gonna be able to?
She get her hand with some goddamn massage oil, and she starts stroking that dick. It's gonna get hard.
No. But
what?
You're right. You're right. But that's not answering his question, in my opinion. I think what you fail to understand is when I say the dick is mental for men, we need to be confident in what we know and confident in what our situation is, no matter what it is. So if I know this hoe ain't shit, and I know that this is just sex, and this is what then nigga, my mind is right because I know who she is. So I don't have expectations. When I stick my dick in her, I'm not thinking, oh, I love her, she's my life. Oh, I'm thinking this bitch ain't shit, but I want to get off. So my mind is right because I'm not confused. Where a man's dick goes soft is when he's conflicted. You know what I'm saying? But when a nigga knows, oh no, she a hoe. And understand this, people. Men or women, when you're in a relationship and that shit is coming to an end, everyone knows about the slow breakup. Nigga told you, she done, but y'all still fucking here and there. Like, it is just sex, and it's a familiar sex.
Don't confuse it.
We know each other's bodies. We like having sex with each other. We just know that we're not good romantically.
Right.
So keep that perspective. You can be an adult and approach it and have a sexual relationship with someone you know and trust and know that you don't want to be with it because guess what? It didn't work. And it doesn't work.
This isn't a new identity.
Yeah, and it's fuck buddies, but it's almost more intimate fuck buddies because it's not like, a stranger fuck buddy, but the premise is fuck buddy. You know we're fucking and you know we're cool, but don't make it anything more than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like real shit. Like
that's what it is.
For real.
Brunch with the boys, hoes.
Hey.
We appreciate you listening, though, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Listen, you can write in again.
Please let us know how it goes when you get your shit right and when you get out of there. I want to see I definitely want to know what you do next.
Or, just when you make up your mind. Like,
let us know.
Direction. We're all interested, man.
Let us know, man.
Hey, this is one big support group.
We'd love to get you on the show, too, man. We give you a pseudonym and shit.
Yeah, we can do your voice
like this. Yeah, my name's Michael, and
No, we don't need to do that.
Yeah, we don't think we need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? But
I could put something.
That would be it. That nigga. I would have a lot of questions.
Hey, don't come on here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Don't do it, man. Just
I say, come on.
Live your life.
Yeah,
dog.
don't
You
be
can
messy.
trust me.
You're
These
right.
niggas don't know you.
No. You're right. Don't trust us. Because it's not even don't trust us. It's just you keep your shit private, man. Let us know how it go. Best of luck to you. Prayers up. But shit tough out here. These hoes.
Hey, we like y'all.
Boys.
Yeah, coffee and brunch. We can have our conversations over coffee and brunch. Ha.